Some 19.7 million Kenyans are registered to vote in the 2017 general election, and the key political protagonists are already traversing the country in the hunt for votes. But what strategies will the political players employ to shore up the turnouts in their strongholds? Moremi Mwangi breaks down the numbers for us.
With less than 6 months back to the ballot, the battle for crowds is yet again at a fever pitch as the jostle for numbers intensifies between the ruling Jubilee regime and the opposition under the National Super Alliance NASA.
We are going for the whole country, and even some of the areas that are perceived not to be pro-NASA, we are going to turn them, and that is the essence of any campaign exercise.
We are launching our serious campaign strategy. By the 20th of March, we have put all the infrastructure in place. Equipment, vehicles, choppers.
19.7 million Kenyans are now registered to vote in the 2017 polls. Of these, 3.7 million were listed during the recently concluded mass voter registration. A total of 1.48 million having been listed from counties that President Uhuru Kenyatta won by a majority in the 2013 polls, predominantly in central Kenya and the Rift Valley, while some 1.43 million new voters were listed in the counties which predominantly voted for the opposition in 2013, signaling what could be arguably the country's toughest presidential race.
If you look at our numbers in Nakuru, Meru, Uasin Gishu, numbers don't lie. Even where you are saying is the swing votes, those are Jubilee strongholds.
But the reality on the ground could depict the opposite. And as an accountant, I usually go by what we call the prudence concept. So if Jubilee does not want to be prudent, it is to our advantage.
But while the 2013 elections registered a voter turnout of 86%, some analysts fear that this figure might drop in 2017, citing the dismal turnout of only 62% in the recently concluded mass voter registration. Observers argue that the political class might need to go back to the drawing board or risk extremely low numbers in their strongholds.
Apathy is real. I think it is important that that is a message Kenyans are sending us. If a Kenyan who is aware that he's supposed to register to vote and has a BVR kit 5 meters away from himself and decides not to vote, that itself is a vote. It's a protest of the political system, as it were.
Assuming the 2013 turnout of 86% remains, some 16.9 million Kenyans could vote in 2017. But should the perceived voter apathy trend persist with the 62% turnout witnessed in the just concluded voter listing drive, then only 13.3 million voters might turn out for the polls, a cause for alarm among the top political players. But while the ruling regime maintains that their 2017 vote is still locked, the opposition is on an all-out raid on Jubilee strongholds for additional vote, an offensive which began in Bomet 3 weeks ago and Eldoret on Saturday as the NASA Brigade proceeds to President Uhuru Kenyatta's Mount Kenya home turf this week. Moremi Mwangi, KTN News, Nairobi.